Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, how you doing? Right, it's Monday, we are about a week from Christmas and about 2 weeks from the end of year series finale, the best of 2018. Now, as a content creator, the last thing that I want now is a last-minute contender for this series, because I don't really want to be reviewing a map, say, this week, and then less than 2 weeks later, re-reviewing the same map for being one of the best of the year. Today, we have got a map that is going to be a contender for that shortlist. My goodness, it is splendid, which is why the show's a little bit longer than normal. I've got so much to cover. If you like that kind of thing, can you be creative right back now, please? That's right, hitting the like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and makes me grow a little bit more every single day. Right, okay, let's do something different. Let's do, one of these. It's not really different, is it? It's an asset review, but this time we are we're now staying in Asset World rather than Assetville. Assetville is retired. It's gone. What we got today is something that's out of genre, really. It's Armesto's work. Armesto is best known for his architectural work for the Lugo area of Spain and the cathedrals and such. What we got here, the Millennium Obelisk, is quite a modern looking piece. Lots of glass textures there, stained glass. I'm guessing it's based on a real life location item because, well, let's face it, Armesto has no real sense of imagination. He couldn't create this in his own brain, could he? I'm kidding, of course he has. But it's a very lovely thing now in Asset World. And if you like Asset World, a new episode out as of yesterday. I'll put a link at the end of today's show. There you go, Millennium Obelisk. Millennium Obelisk by Armesto. Off to Themington Island for Stray Cats Theme Industrial, or SCT Indust, by Rafa with the relight to Lush Lut. The only thing confuses me here, first of all, is that I've edited it in the wrong way, and this should be tomorrow's show, and tomorrow's show should be today's. But the grass texture is being used, or a grass texture is being used for sand, when the sand texture could easily have been used for this, and grass texture been used, well, for fertile. That makes sense to me, but who am I to argue with the genius that is Rafa? Factoids because factoids, as Captain Valentine Todd made his approach to bowl in a cricket match being played at the Siege of Ladysmith, he was killed by a passing shell. He fell holding the ball which could not be prized from his fingers, and a quick umpiring decision was required before the game could be continued even. Both the ball and the bowler were declared dead. Yes, not funny, but if you're going to play cricket during a battle, it's a dangerous thing to do. Right, anyways, today we have this. It's not an island map, it's a couple of peninsulas by the looks of it, based on a real location, probably, because we have Terrain Party at hand. It's Los Mochis, tropical Mexican Pacific coast by Cities. And as I've said before, it is freaking glorious. There's your start square. Not the hugest amount of build plane there. It's not the easiest map to build on, but it's still very buildable, full stop. The resources look like that. Plenty of options there, one has to say. And then if we go to the workshop, well, it's a mass transit map, so yes, you do need that DLC. Else, well, all the roads will be missing. You kind of want the roads. Be nice if there was a next network extensions 2 option, but never mind. Then we've got a lot of visual settings. Trust me, well worth going to the effort. It looks glorious. And then we have a one-click collection with a few bits in it. Not the world's longest list. Well worth grabbing all of these because, as you're going to see, this map is stunning. Now, one of those visual settings was to have the fog switched off at the edge of map, so that is why we have the fog switched off at the edge of map. Okay, now we have two highway connections on the edge of this map, which we will see in a moment, and this is our first intersection. We're going to follow this road, but we're going to very quickly scoot down it. We're not going to concentrate on it too much. Some nice vanilla bridges there, by the way. Reason being, this road kind of goes nowhere, but it is relevant to later on in the show. So I'm going to show you it now so that you will have seen it. I want you to try and remember it, okay? Please try and remember it, otherwise I'm wasting my time. And then we've got a roundabout at the end, which looks like a little picnic area on the beach. Looks very nice indeed. We will be coming back here later, I promise you that, for reasons which will become very apparent later. Good reasons. Good reasons. Okay, not bad reasons, good reasons. So anyway, we've got traffic on the highway because there is another highway connection over here. There is a third highway connection, but it's on the other side of the map and doesn't connect up on this side of the map. That's okay also. Don't worry. I'm not getting grumpy. Nice intersection here and edge of map there. All of the intersections are very lovely indeed, all sweeping, all very low, no pillars in the middle of the roads, and all of the usual things that I would normally have a little bit of a grumble about if I could, I've managed to avoid grumbling about. Because there's actually there's no glitching. No, I've just got no moans about it at all. Right, now this intersection we've got lots of options here. If we were to go this way, this will take us to the start square pretty quickly, so we're going to go the long way. If we go left, well, you'll see where we come out in a minute, okay? I'm going to show you that. We're going straight on. This will make sense in a moment. I promise. I promise it'll all make sense. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Now, this is the route that goes up the side of the hill, and the road split. We'll come this way because this is the route we're going up the hill, and then there's a downhill on the other side. A bit more detailing on the downhill to stop you from falling off the cliffs. Try and slow yourself down. We don't want you hurtling off the cliff now, do we? It wouldn't be very healthy. And then we come across to this lovely, lovely bridge. Isn't it lovely, lovely bridge? I like that lovely, lovely bridge. First little problem on today's map. Tiny, weeny, minor grumble. So you're driving along here at 100 kilometers an hour, or whatever your local non-metric equivalent is. And then as you get to the end, the concrete wants to push you out a little bit. At the same point that you're now trying to turn left, which means you might cross lanes a bit, forcing a car in this lane into the hill. So what I'm going to suggest is if we use move it, just to budge it a little bit that way and a little bit this way. Oh, a little bit glitchy there, but I think we've got it. There we are. I think that's a little bit better. Just a little bit better. Safety first, you know? Don't want anybody dying in Los Mochis. Now, tunnels emerge here, but look how much we're dropping in height. Is that a steep old drive down there? The answer is no. We have loop-de-loops. Even the underground detailing is, well, detailed. Very nice work. I think Sid, I knew I'd be looking for that, and it's deliberately gone to make sure it doesn't happen. Next minor grumble, you drive out the tunnel, you hit the daylight, and suddenly you've got to do a hard right turn. And it's quite a sharp little turn back there. Once again, I'm not marking anything down on that one, but I'm just saying, I think a little bit sharp once you emerge into daylight. That takes you straight to the start square. This route takes you right back to that route I told you about a minute ago that we didn't turn off that way, we went straight on. Okay, now if we carry on straight on, because we're still avoiding that start square, we're doing all we can to avoid the start square. Next intersection, we can turn left here, takes us down to an industrial area. Everybody's favourite factories. That's going to be the new jingle, I think. Everybody's favourite factories. Must remember that. And then, and some nice little rail termini over there as well. Oh, look. It's the Essential Lighthouse. Ooh. Nicely detailed. Very, very, very nice indeed. Not the only Essential Lighthouse on this map. And all of them are, ooh, you know. Next intersection here. Okay, we're going to go down here. We've got some stuff down here to look at. Some very nice stuff down here to look at. Some very pleasing stuff to look at. If we drive down here, and it pushes off to the right. And on the left-hand side, we've got a little airfield. It actually looks like it's still under construction. We look over here, we've got an incomplete terminus there. We've got concrete being laid down on the runway, and then down here we've got a little tower there as well. It's all in place, it's very nice, it's operational, but obviously not operational. Does that make any sense at all? Probably not. Down here we've got some very nice detailing. We've got a ferry port. With some broken piers which probably need updating, but hey, that's what we got to play with, so we're playing with them. This is inspired. I love this, the way the water's pushing through, and yes, and great detailing there. We've got, it's just a lovely design. Got to keep the Spanish away, haven't we? We don't want to be invaded by the Spanish again. Darn those Spanish. All of it, I just love all of this. I love all the detailing there. It's amazing. Now we come back to the main highway and see where that takes us to. It's going to be getting to us to the start square very soon. I promise we'll get to the start square in a moment. Down here, a little loop-de-loop. Another lovely little bridge here. Nothing wrong with this bridge at all. I thought I'd show you that. I know we're flying very quickly over it, but there's so much to take in. I want to keep this show under 3/4 of an hour. And then we reach the start square. That road carries on, by the way, to that intersection I told you would take us the quick way. We've gone the short way. No, we've gone the long way, I know. Down here at the start square, not a huge amount of build plane. We've got this area here, and then around here in this valley we've got some more space there. Plus you can get into the hills a little bit. It's not meant to be an easy map to build on, but it's also not the hardest. And all the infrastructure's already in place. Very nice. Now if we carry along this road here, we've got some more lovely detailing going on down here. We'll look at this in a bit more detail after the intermission. Down here, look, got to keep those Spanish away. Got to build forts all the way. Mind you, this is Pacific coast. I can't see this is the Spanish. The Spanish should be coming across the Atlantic, wouldn't they? Anyway, great defensive build. I'm loving the detailing on that. It's one of my favourite castles I think I've ever seen within the game. Okay, what else have we got going on now? This is the other side of the map I said wasn't connected. We have the one highway connection here, which goes down this little route here, across this causeway here, and we've got docks and harbours and stuff. It's all once again very nicely done as well. Down here, I've got a question. I don't know. I'm guessing they are. Never questioned it before. The catenaries, are they donut proof? I'm not sure, but I'm not marking anybody down ever for that. And then you have got the docks there. You see how it's all cut off from the other half. Now you can't build a bridge across from here because it's just, well, you obviously can't get a bridge from here. You can't. Well, there's nowhere to build a bridge to. From here, like I say, you can't really. You've got the two lighthouses there. There you could, but there's nothing to build it into. Maybe a tunnel, but it's not really sensible. The only place really would be, well, you can't build it across to there again. But across there, you've got a little bit of flat land there. So maybe a tunnel or a bridge across here to... Oh, look, we've got a road and a rail already in place. I can see this being the main freight route from the docks to across to the other side. That, I think, might end up being upgraded road, you know. We've got plenty of rail going on down here, lots of rail going on down here, but we're not doing rail just yet. I was going to track the rail back, but we're not. We're going to follow the rail just back to the main land area, which is here, and now we'll follow the roads on because the road does lead somewhere. First of all, we've got this lovely modern looking bridge here. I'll take another look at this. No, we won't. We'll crack on. It's the other bridge we want to look at. Okay, tunnels again. This bridge. Now this bridge is interesting, and I don't know if you can spot it. The graffiti under here. Now, I know these youngsters are really good at doing graffiti in highly inaccessible locations, and yes, that's going to glitch in and out several times during this fiddle. I'm trying to get as close as I can without getting too close. But yes, how did they get their spray cans there? I'm not marking them down. I'm not marking Sedai down on that. I'm just questioning how they would have managed to do that. But they would have found a way. I have seen people, I've seen graffiti in more strange locations than that. But yes, it would have been a heck of a feat of engineering, of graffiti engineering. Alright, okay, anyway, we're now tracking along here towards, well, yes, we've got another peninsula over here, which means, another essential lighthouse, another bit of lovely extra detailing. It's very, very nice down here. I'm loving this map. It's glorious. Now the rail we are going to fly over at a rate of knots because frankly there's not much to say about the rail. It's Cities, they have followed the line of terrain, it's all very level all the way, the route goes basically all the way around virtually everywhere that you could possibly want it to. You might argue there's too much rail infrastructure, but I would say, well, if you want to do a better job, go ahead and delete it and do a better job. Right, you've got the industrial stretch down there. This then cuts across here, along here, through the start square in a moment. Here we go, it's through the start square. Boom, boom, boom. Everything is in place. It's so lovely. Yeah, we've got a little loop around this big old peninsula here. If you want to go around that way and past where the possible tunnel to the harbours on the opposite side of the map are. So yes, you could, down here is where I've lost it. Oh, here it is. So you could even connect the road and the rail across from there. So many options. I'm running out of breath. I need a break. I need a rest. We'll just follow the rail to the edge of the map, and then I'm going to take a couple of seconds breather, and I'm sure you'll be entertained by my good friend Zach. Come on, Zach, your turn.
Have you never quite worked out how to use Ploppable RICO? And what the heck is Ploppable RICO anyway? Then you need the Beginner's Guide to Ploppable RICO by BonBonB. Click the information button below.
Thanks, Zach. Thank you so much. Right, back to Cities with Los Mochis, tropical Mexican Pacific coast. This is shipping routes. Shipping routes is good. Okay, no grumbles with shipping routes. It's all lovely arcing, curving, going to all the areas that you're possibly going to want to put docks. Can't really grumble about that. Not going to grumble about that. And as soon as we get to the end of this, we'll have a look at the water flow, which you might want to grumble about. I'm going to let it go. Okay, I'm going to let it go. So yeah, the only place we've got any river as such is this river here. I'm just going to show you the water source there. Water source. Okay, I'll buy into that. It's not strictly accurate, but yeah, I'll buy into that one. I'll let it go. That's good. And then if you follow that down, it just goes straight out into the edge of map there. And the question is, what about, we know there'll be some water flow from the edge of map coming in, but what about the start square? Now, where is the start square on this place? Here's the start square here. And as you can see, we've got the water source here, just the light one, pushing the water out from here. So if you put your sewage down this way, it'll just take it away from your city while you're building up and finding alternative locations. I would suggest drawing your water source from here on the opposite side of there. So yes, it all makes sense. Now we're going to finish with a quick fly over, lots of detailing. There's one, okay, we're looking at shipwrecks. 2, 3, 4, okay, over here, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, might be 11, might be 10, I might count one twice. Yes, lots of shipwrecks of ships trying to find their way through this channel, I would suggest, before they cleared an alternative route. No shipwrecks in this area, because why would ships be in this area? Shipwrecks there, I think there might be a few more than was required, but I think it's quite clever that it's been done that way. I think it's quite clever. Over here we've got, I'm looking for more detailed areas. There's lots of detail. You can see little areas of flat land you can build on, and we've got these little coves here that you can do little fishing villages. Look amazing, little fishing villages along here. Tell you what, this map is just going to be it's just so full of little hidden gems. Oh, look, it's a BonBon Island. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, BonBon Island. I'm retiring there, right there. I'm quite happy now. I'm a happy boy. Other areas of detailing. We've got another essential lighthouse up here. Once again, well used. Very happy with that. And we've seen this castle. Now, minor detailing grumble here. I'm just going to point this one out. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? The cannons. Now, I understand why, okay, but if the Spanish are coming across the Pacific, I'm not sure why they would, those cannons are just going to blast holes in their own defensive wall, okay? That would be my grumble with that, detailing-wise. I'm not sure if Sid I could have done anything about it, but other than not put them down. It looks great from the air, but we've got the same going on down here. They look great, but climb up. They look great from the air, less so when you're down here, but hey. Your chance to vote on this map. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count because we use it at the end of the month in the Viewer's Choice Top 10. This has got to be in the top 10. Has to be. Is Sidai going to be number 1? It's been a while since Sidai was number 1. I think he's overdue a number 1 spot. So, aesthetically, I think you can tell I love this map. I think it looks glorious. There's nothing I would have done to improve it. In fact, there's a lot of things in here. I say those cannons aesthetically look marvellous. I'm going to give it 5 stars. Detailing. Yes, we've got those cannons. If there was just one cannon, I would have let it go. But all of them, it's got to be a detailing issue. And also we've got that bridge with a minor little bit of detailing here. If you put the two together, I think there's just enough to lose a star. You can't give 5 stars for detail. 4 stars though. Gameplay. Yes, so many options. So, not the easiest map to play, I grant you that. But there's not what playability is all about. Playability is sometimes about the challenge, and I love this map. 5 stars for gameplay potential. So, there you go. Los Mochis, Tropical Mexican Pacific Coast by Sidai. Yes, he gets the BonBonB seal of approval. I'd give it 2 if there was such a thing. I'll bring back the blue ribbons, hey? Anyway, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing. You can join these guys over on Patreon between now and the new year and get your name on that list for January. I'd love to see your name on that list in January. It would be just frankly amazing if I could get some more names on that list. And then there's another map on screen now from just over a year ago. If you want to go and vote on that, there's a vote on that map available now. I'll see you tomorrow for another map, a request map, and that's it. I'm done. I'm out of things to say. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging around. I'll see you very, very soon.